on the University Report, we'll take a look at the Zumba fitness classes, find out about graduation with the countdown to commencement, and see what's new in UWP sports. Good evening and welcome to University Report. I'm April Caleb.
And I'm Courtney Ryan. Here are tonight's top stories. Graduating seniors recently had the opportunity to get ready for their graduation in one stop. Countdown to commencement was held in Velzy's Commons, and representatives from several institutions were present, including Jostens, the University Bookstore, the registrar, and the cashier's office. The University Report stopped by this event to see what was offered.
Countdown Commencement is a one-stop shop for students that are graduating to take care of all their graduation and commencement needs. We have all the various departments here.
Zumba class was held this past Tuesday in the fitness studio in the weight room. Many women showed up to participate in the calorie-burning workout. Zumba combines Latin and other international music with dynamic yet simple exercise moves. Zumba embraces all the fundamental principles of fitness while incorporating a full range of muscle motion and improves the cardiovascular system. For more information or to register, call 608-342-1314.
This past Tuesday night at 7 p.m., dozens of people came to the City Council meeting at City Hall. The topic of the night was whether or not to rezone West Main Street, so apartment complexes can be built there. A number of people came to speak publicly against the rezoning, stating there would not be enough parking and that it is already too crowded, while others who were for the rezoning said the apartments would be good for the community. Here is what City Council member Ed White had to say about the issue.
Exactly the type of development that will free up some single-family homes for rental or for new buyers. There was a comment made by Mr. Cole about not enough parking. Well, if I remember correctly, there is enough parking here. We have the choice. The developers asked for 12 spots not to be built until needed, but that's our choice and our decision when those are built. But as far as I know, it meets the zoning requirements for parking.
The American Cancer Society is holding Relay for Life of Grant County on April 15th through the 16th in the UW-Platteville Williams Fieldhouse. The relay currently consists of 28 teams and 210 participants. No matter where you are, there's a place for you at Relay, and you can make a difference today by signing up online to start your own team or by simply making a donation. For more information on how to get involved, contact Crystal Zweigart at 608-342-1468. The Learning Technology Center put on a workshop this past Tuesday for employees new at UW-Platteville. The workshop discussed ways to understand the Zimbra email system, including how to organize emails, add contacts, and create appointments. The workshop was held in the Pioneer Student Center, and future workshops will be held on April 20th and May 24th in the Hempel Collaboratory located in the Bears Den. Coming up on the University Report, we will check out the UWP Research Poster Day.
And we will see what kind of requirements are needed to work for the web development of the Confucius Institution. Stay tuned.
About being outdoors,
getting away from everything.
My family camps. We just love it.
But there's this bug. It's killing the trees.
The emerald ash borer beetle has destroyed millions of trees.
It lives in firewood.
You move firewood, you spread the beetle.
I promise not to move firewood.
To burn it where I buy it.
I promise.
Will you promise?
Learn more. Go to stopthebeetle.info and promise you won't move firewood.
The odds of a child being in a fatal automobile accident are 1 in 23,000. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism, 1 in 166. The odds say it's time to listen. To learn the signs of autism, visit autismspeaks.org.
I always thought being a good mother meant raising my baby myself. But when I got pregnant, I realized I wasn't ready to be a parent. So I did something I thought I could never do. I chose adoption. It was really hard, but I know my baby is with a loving family and has a very bright future.
Sometimes choosing adoption is being a good mother. Visit us at ichooseadoption.org.
Big dreams and good grades aren't enough to get into college. There are actual steps you need to take. Finding someone who can help is the first and most important. For the next steps, go to knowhowtogo.org.
On Tuesday, March 22nd, the Veltes Common in Alsvik Hall welcomed the UWP Research Poster Day, hosted by the office, sponsored programs. Research Poster Day allowed students to showcase their latest research projects. The University Report caught up with 3 of the students for a little insight into their projects.
The decomposition rates of hog carcasses in southwest Wisconsin. This was for the Criminal Justice Department. We spent about a month and a half out in the Pioneer Farm and near the crime scene house and watched basically three different pigs decompose. Took photos every day, and we had internal temperature taken and external temperature taken, and we used those for comparison. We used the photos that we took at the end, and we compared them and came to some conclusions about the rate of decomposition for each of the 3 different pigs. And yeah.
Well, essentially my study is investigating memory, working off the embodied theory of cognition, which argues that memory is formed and facilitated through our bodily experiences in the environment. So my first study looked into emotion and gesture. Essentially, we found that gesture overall seems to aid memory formation for participants who were in my studies.
Hi, I'm Sarah. Our project is basically, we're looking at SEB, which is a bacterium that has been known to cause toxins, which can lead to food poisoning and has also been linked to toxic shock syndrome. Our study, we're basically looking at human PBMC cells to look at an inhibitor. JUNC is an inner connector that connects multiple signaling cascades. And basically what we're doing is we're looking to see if JUNC possesses inhibitory effects on the SEB-induced apoptosis, which is programmed cell death. And basically we're just looking at the gene expression to see the difference between the inhibited cells and the cells that are not inhibited. And in April, we will be presenting our research in Washington, D.C.
An information workshop on Voice over Internet Protocol was held March 23rd from 9 to 11 a.m. in the Carmen Library. This workshop taught users conference calling, managing voicemail, and how to set greetings. The workshop was followed by question and answer with Greg Byes, telecom engineer, and Elaine Klein, telecom assistant.
The Confucius Institution is looking for a web development and Kiosh student worker. Applicants must be comfortable with the cross-culture communication, exchange, and understanding ideas, and have experience working with other cultures. The selected worker will also provide assistance and support to the office staff. For more information, contact Mir Reader at 608-342-6014. On Tuesday night, students were given the opportunity to learn about wheel-thrown ceramics. From 5:30 to 7:30 p.m., Tom Kevitz introduced students to techniques on how to use a potter's wheel. Topics like glazing, decorating, and forming pieces of art were covered in detail. If you would like any information on this class, contact the Continuing Education Office at 342-1314.
Stay tuned, because when we come back on the University Report, my co-anchor Courtney Ryan sits down with Catherine Reichling to talk Recyclemania.
to have a goat. Where did it go? It went to a family who really needed it. You see, giving a family an animal is like giving them a business. The wool, milk, eggs all turn into income for medicine, school, clothing, a better home, a sustainable livelihood. Soon, the family is passing on the gift of the animal's offspring to another family who does the same and on until the whole community is lifted out of poverty. That is where my goat went, and that's why you give to Heifer International.
To help friends and loved ones who live with mental illness, all we want to do is connect, to understand. NAMI can help.
About a year ago, Mark and I thought, air pollution, global warming. How can we make a difference? So Mark modified our car, some sort of homemade energy source.
The best part is the car emits only helium. Genius. Genius.
But the EPA says the energy we use in our home can cause twice the greenhouse gases of a car. So now I look for products that are in the Energy Star. Simple.
The EPA invites you to go to EnergyStar.gov to discover what you can do to reduce air pollution.
And welcome back to the University Report. With me right now is Katie Reichling, who is the head of Recyclemania. Katie, can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I am the campus coordinator for Recyclemania. So what that means is here on campus we are participating in Recyclemania this year, and it is my job to kind of do the promotional work, along with we're collecting some recycling data, and just to keep the energy enthusiasm up till the end of Recyclemania, which is April 2nd. That's when it's over.
Well, that sounds like a big job. So can you tell me a little bit about what exactly Recyclemania is?
Sure. Well, Recyclemania started, actually it was here last year on campus, but it was in the benchmarking division. So what that means is there was 4 buildings on campus last year which they collected recycling data, and then they used that data then to basically compare to see where Platteville ranked against other universities. This year we are doing the competition division, and we're doing all of campus. So with that being on all of campus, we're using all the buildings, including the residence halls, to see how our recycling rates are doing this year versus last year too.
So what corporation or who exactly is collecting the data and looking over it?
Sure. We partner with Faraday, Ed Faraday here in Platteville. He's been a huge supporter, great. What he does is he has his staff, they collect weekly all the garbage, the amount of garbage and all the recyclables, and then he actually enters in all the data into the program, and then we utilize him every week to do that.
So what's the big program that it all goes into?
Well, this year our goal is to have a 60% recycling rate. And I'll be honest, lots of times, you know, a campus is like a mini city. There's a lot of people here. I think we will have 7,600 students plus staff and faculty. And with that, we're just trying to get a recycling rate of 60%. So what that means is out of all the waste that's produced, they want to have at least 60% being recycled, okay? So far, our average, I think, out of the past 7 or 8 weeks, we're only at a cumulative average of about 38%.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's not very good, is it?
And last year, I believe, we were in the 40% range. So we have some work yet to do in that department.
So is Recyclemania nationwide, statewide, globally?
Yes. Currently with Recyclemania in both the benchmark and the competition division, there's about 630 schools. Here in Wisconsin, we are up against UW-Madison, River Falls, a lot of I believe there's 10 other UW schools as well. And against them here in Wisconsin, I believe Oshkosh is ranking first so far. And we're second after them.
Well, second.
So we're beating Madison.
So we're in a good spot there with 38%.
Yes.
What is some of the events going on campus to involve students and to get the word out about Recyclemania?
Sure. Well, first of all, we have a Facebook page, and we're asking weekly questions. So if you go on the university's Facebook page, or our Facebook page is Recyclemania at UW-P, and we're asking weekly questions about recycling facts. So the first 2 people to answer that correctly win a stainless steel reusable water bottle. And we've had a couple winners so far, so that's going on. So if you're on Facebook, it's a perfect opportunity. The residence halls are also having a competition between themselves to determine who can recycle the most per person. The winner of that gets a pizza party from Domino's, and Farady's is donating the money for that. And we're having a paper drive next Tuesday from 11 to noon. And we're doing about 6 buildings on campus, and we're going to be utilizing the Greek community to help us do that as well.
So what exactly is the paper drive?
Paper drive is more or less for spring cleaning. So what we're doing is we're targeting a lot of buildings on campus. We're going to be doing Gardner, Warner, Otts, Doudna, the library, and Pioneer Tower, kind of a spring cleaning. So this is a perfect time for people to get rid of any extra paper that they may have.
Oh,
yeah.
So that'd be notebooks, folders.
Phone books, magazines, junk mail, anything paper related can be recycled.
So with campus doing everything that they are doing with the paper drive and everything, what's one big change you would like to see in the student involvement on campus with Recyclemania?
Well, I think the main part is we're still working on trying to get facilities up to date where it's consistent across campus, where we're trying to make it as easy for everybody, no matter where they are, to know, okay, yes, this is for paper, I can throw trash away at such and such spot. So probably the biggest thing people can do on campus is to really just be conscious of what they're throwing away, and if it is recyclable, to put it in the appropriate bin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on today.
You're
welcome. It was a pleasure, especially to hear all about this. When we come back to the University Report, we're going to check in with sports and see your weather. Stay tuned.
Every pet comes with a unique set of hopes and dreams, and one common wish: a happy, healthy life. Start with early and regular visits to your veterinarian for vaccinations and disease protection. Regular exams help diagnose, treat, and prevent serious health problems. See that your new pet grows up healthy and happy. Call your veterinarian today. A message from your local veterinarians.
You believe this guy?
Are you trying to start a wildfire?
Sorry. Pastor Honey?
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Mom! Mom!
What?
You can't find Ichabod.
What?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you.
With video games, I'm always choosing between what my kids want and what I think is best for them.
Hey, Mom, how about this one?
Which is why I love these new rating summaries. They let me know exactly what's in the game. Combat, explosions, 2 female warriors, exposed cleavage.
Maybe the other one's better.
Yeah. Get your free game rating summary today, and with it, the world's most powerful weapon, knowledge.
Welcome back to the University Report. Let's take a look at your Pioneer sports. Although the spring season is upon us,
The weather hasn't cooperated yet for games to be completed here at UW-Platteville. The University of Wisconsin-Platteville softball team doubleheader scheduled for yesterday against Loris was postponed due to inclement weather. The doubleheader has been rescheduled for Thursday, March 31st at 4 p.m. The Pioneer baseball team headed down to St. Louis to hopefully find better luck with weather there. They played 5 games in a weekend set with Washington University of St. Louis and Carthage College. Games kicked off earlier today. University of Wisconsin-Platteville sophomore Alan Fish was recognized by the National Wrestling Coaches Association as a 2010-2011 NWCA Scholar All-American. Fish, a building construction management major, posted a 24-10 overall mark for the Pioneers. His 24 wins were the second most on the team, and he finished third at the WIAC Wrestling Championships. Pioneer Track and Field crowned 2 All-Americans over spring break at the NCAA Division III Indoor Men and Women's Track and Field Championships. Junior Ann Tank, who finished 8th in 2010, improved her finish in 2011 with 2nd place in the 800-meter run. Also earning All-American recognition was junior Patrick Klein in the mile, who finished 8th. Stay tuned, because when we come back on the University Report, I'll have Question of the Week and this weekend's weather.
Dinner makes a difference. Learn more at CasaFamilyDay.org.
You want to fight childhood asthma? Fight it with a bear. Fight it with a duck. Fight it with a wrench. You can fight childhood asthma by tossing Teddy in the freezer to wipe out dust mites, by drying off bath toys to keep mold away, and by fixing leaks to stop the moisture that lets mold grow. Discover other simple ways to prevent an asthma attack. Call 1-866-NO-ATTACKS or visit noattacks.org, because no child should feel like a fish out of water.
Something's happening to the polar bear. Arctic sea ice is melting away. 2/3 of the world's polar bears will be gone by 2050, and the entire species could be extinct by the end of the century. Go to SaveThePolarBear.org today.
Welcome back to the University Report. Now it's time for Question of the Week. This week we asked students what they did over spring break. A lot of students get to travel out to Florida and go to the sunny beaches of Panama City and Daytona Beach. I, by the way, as you can tell by my white complexion, got to stay home and work all week, which wasn't a lot of fun, but let's hope these students had a little bit more fun.
Platteville and caught up on my schoolwork.
I went to Gulf Shores, Alabama with 17 people and had a blast.
Over spring break, I decided to stay home and hang out with my friends and family, and I decided to paint my room really cool colors.
And over spring break, I went and visited my girlfriend at Winona for a week, and that was it.
Over spring break, I stayed in Platteville for a while, went to Wisconsin Dells, stayed in the Chula Vista, hit up the water parks, went out and did a lot of relaxing.
Over spring break, all I did was really play video games. That was majority of my spring break, but I also went to go visit my high school and my old high school track team, so that's pretty much it.
I hung out with a bunch of my friends back home and went shopping.
Now let's take a look at your 7-day forecast. Friday afternoon, it's going to be cloudy with a slight chance of rain, a high of 38, and an easterly wind at 9 miles per hour. Friday evening, partly cloudy, an overnight low of 21, and a northeast wind at 11 miles per hour. Saturday morning, it's going to be partly cloudy, sunny though, high in 36, and a northeast wind of 16 miles per hour. Let's take a look at your weekend forecast. As I stated, Saturday is going to get up in 36. It's going to stay just below 40 degrees, drop down that night into 21 degrees. Sunday will rise up 1 more degree to 37 with a low of 24. And let's take a look at the rest of your 7-day forecast. On Monday, we'll get a temperature of 42 with a low of 28. Tuesday, a high of 38 with a low of 31. And on Wednesday, we'll start climbing into the 50s with a high of 49 and a low of 38. And on Thursday, we're going to finally climb into the 50s and with a low of 38 that night. And on Friday, we'll climb into 52, but we're going to see some showers. And then into the weekend, we'll finally start to see some sun, which I'm pretty excited about, going into Mudfest this weekend. So we'll get a little rain, make it nice and muddy, and then we'll go play, and it'll be sunny out. Everybody can enjoy themselves.
I hope that next weekend we do not get the little rain that you said, the high of 52.
Oh, it's your birthday.
It's my birthday, April Fool's Day.
Well, maybe they're just trying to fool us at weather.com.
I hope so.
Well, as long as it doesn't snow, I'm a happy camper.
Yes.
True. You know what
I'm
they
done with snow.
You know what they say, April showers bring May flowers. So start off that way.
I hope we bring flowers. All right. So tune in next week for the University Report. I'm April Caleb.
I'm Courtney Ryan.
And I'm Ross Mackabee.